Oh, medical debt banned from credit reports in the new Biden administration rule. Cool, you might say. In today's edition of the Unintended Consequences Gazette, let me tell you why this is going to backfire. The initial thought when you see a headline like this is, oh yeah, stick it to the man, those evil debt collectors, those evil hospitals, the evil medical system, stick it to them. But much like all government programs, they have the opposite of their stated intended effect. Because who you're really sticking it to is yourself. Now, advocacy groups, the Joey Dumpster administration, and most likely your average everyday citizen that doesn't know any better is going to say that this is a good thing. They say that over 20,000 Americans are held back from taking loans to buy houses, take out mortgages, take out loans to buy cars or whatever, or even rent apartments or get jobs because of this medical debt that's on their credit score. And by removing it, it will enable these people to buy those cars and buy those homes. And yes, take out more debt. This doesn't change the fact that this medical debt has to be repaid, or that they could still be subject to collections or lawsuits. All it does is remove it from the credit scores so that the credit agencies don't know that they already carry that much debt. Now, considering that Americans are in record credit card debt as it is, household savings and income is historically low. Enabling more Americans to take out even more debt while they're already saddled with existing debt might end up being a problem. Now, there are already rules in place in a number of states where interest cannot be charged on medical debt, which makes the task of collecting existing medical debt very challenging for hospitals, medical services, and debt collectors, meaning that whoever is holding that debt has to carry it for a really long time. So an already low collection rate will now be extended even further. So here's essentially what will happen as a result of this ruling. You have, let's say, $5,000 or $10,000 of medical debt that exists on your credit report. This new rule takes it off your credit report. Your credit score goes up by 20 whatever points, and then boom, you go and get yourself a car loan or a mortgage or take out existing debt or open a new credit card or whatever, while you still have the $10,000 or whatever of existing debt. But now the lending institution, the banks, the credit card companies don't know that you have it because of this federal decree. Now, instead of paying your medical bills every month, well, you move that to your new car. You move that to the mortgage that you're going to pay or whatever, and you just maybe stop paying it altogether. After all, you can default on your mortgage, you can default on your car loan, you can default on your credit card or whatever, and that can punish you severely for many, many moons. So you will now prioritize this selective borrowing and pay those things back first, just moving the medical debt to the side, making it even harder to collect. Because hospitals and medical professionals are not stupid, they're going to say, look, it's taking now 3, 4, 5 times as long to collect this debt. So what are they going to do? It's going to punish the low-income people. It's going to punish all the people that it's purporting to be protecting. The people who have medical debt on their credit report, and that's the one thing that's preventing them from moving forward financially in life, they're going to suffer the most. It would be no surprise if the hospitals, medical facilities, and doctors started charging upfront for these procedures, knowing that the probability of collecting the debt will be extremely low, because there's no incentive for you to actually pay your debt in any timely manner. So instead of them carrying the debt for maybe 3 years now, but 10 years after this ruling, they'll just refuse you the service and they'll say, hey, you have to pay this up front. Or maybe they'll start pulling your credit report and say, oh, look, this person's credit score just went up as a result of this ruling. They just got a new car, they just got a new house, they just got a new credit card, they just took on more debt. We're not going to give them this procedure because the probability of collecting it is low, which means the people that are the low income people that are affected by this ruling and supposedly saved temporarily will now have to front those medical expenses up front or not get the procedures at all. So instead of this system that very much favored them as it was, and the worst thing that it did was penalize them on their credit score potentially so that they couldn't take out additional debt, which by all considerations would be considered pretty reasonable. Now those people are not going to be able to get any procedure at all or have to pay for it up front or whatever. Just like every government program, it completely backfires and has the opposite outcome of its stated intent. The exact people that it purports to protect are the ones it hurts the most. Yet they will cheer this as some type of victory. Great job, dogs. Stay clueless.